A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to UBC Lunchtime News on this 20th day of February 2025. We do welcome you to this news bulletin. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto, and we start off with our first inlining story this afternoon. The Engineering Registration Board recently conducted a statutory technical visit to the Isimba hydropower plant in Kayunga district and provided key recommendations aimed at enhancing operations and ensuring long-term sustainability of the facility. The engineers also engaged the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Authority in its mission to advocate for policy provisions that empower Ugandan engineers in strategic infrastructure projects. This supports the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy, which aims at boosting local capacity in project design, construction, operation and maintenance. To highlight engineering's critical role in sustainable development and innovation, the Engineers Registration Board, in collaboration with the Ministry of Works and Transport, will host World Engineering Day 2025 on March 4th under the theme Shaping Our Sustainable Future Through Engineering.
In August 2024, conducted a technical statutory visit to the Isimba hydropower plant in Kayunga district. During the visit, the board provided technical recommendations to ensure the efficient and effective operation of the dam, safeguarding its long-term performance and design life. I'm sure all of you have heard about Isimba Dam, which was commissioned a few years ago, but it has had some challenges. Actually, right from construction, because there was a time when it was reported about the cracks in the dam and a few other issues.
Carrying out visits to the different schools so that we remove that stigma from the girl child to appreciate that actually even the girls can do engineering. Of course, it starts with mathematics. So that's why we reach out to schools to encourage the girls to take up mathematics, and then eventually they can end up exploring their talents in engineering. And also to demonstrate to the girls in schools that other ladies have done it. So if other ladies have done it, it means they also have the potential to do it.
Shaping a sustainable future through engineering, and we're going to have so many activities, especially the conference papers on the forum day on 4th that will speak into the international theme. We'll also have our engineer-in-chief from the Ministry of Works who will speak to Uganda's context in relation to the international theme. And then we'll also have a representative from UNESCO also speaking into that theme. So we've talked about 4 events, starting with the run on Sunday. Next will be the next gen, the young engineers. We want to reach out to them. We've had feedback from many universities, tertiary institutions talking about not knowing what it means or what it takes to get registered, not knowing whether there's a benefit, like some of you already talked about it. Why register when I can actually go and do my own things there? Third day is when you have the forum where we'll have all these activities and speakers speaking into the theme and addressing various issues. We'll be recognizing best performing students in the universities across the country. That will also be one way of highlighting the engineers and speaking out to the late engineers as well. We'll also be recognizing firms that have stood out, or entities or individuals that have had star projects coming out through them. Those will also be recognized. So we are calling on everyone out there, engineers, government, politicians, to come and support us, because we'll also use that as an opportunity to bridge the gaps that we've talked about here and close them so that we can work towards a better opportunity for this country.
Now, the impact of climate change on water resources makes reliable water and sanitation systems vital, blending traditional knowledge with modern solutions. Communities are increasingly turning to sustainable practices that combine modern technologies with traditional indigenous knowledge. Now, this was discussed at the 22nd conference of the African Water and Sanitation Association held in Munyonyo. We have more.
Country Director, Water Aid Uganda, Joyce Magala, emphasized the importance of combining water traditional management techniques with modern solutions.
We are faced with a lot of policy challenges. How are policies disseminated? These policies putting into consideration the traditional indigenous knowledge and practices that people already know. We cannot come out to just introduce new ways of doing things without involving the communities.
With the effects of climate change intensifying, it is clear that relying solely on traditional systems or new technologies will not be enough.
The practices are verified to make sure that they can be tried elsewhere. Or we can start with them within the communities. So this requires us as different stakeholders to come up with research work, assessments, to understand the practices and how this can be improved on, so that we can really come up with those climate resilient facilities and infrastructure for water and sanitation that will stand the effects of climate change.
Capacity development is crucial to ensure communities in rural areas have the expertise to maintain water and sanitation systems.
We have a problem of the materials that we use for construction, the cement. You have to make sure it is high quality cement, high quality materials that are being used. But also the designs. Where do you channel the water? How does it flow? To make sure that even if these storms come, even if there are heavy rains, even during the drought, these facilities are not going to be affected.
This process involves educating communities about the benefits of these systems, allowing them to become active participants in the solutions. One of the key challenges highlighted was the need to properly document research indigenous knowledge. By building on indigenous knowledge, supporting capacity development, and ensuring research and stakeholder collaboration, communities can create water and sanitation systems that are resilient to the changing climate and capable of future generations.
But when climate change happens, we are taken backwards for several years. So climate change is affecting all the water and sanitation services and facilities that we are delivering. Very important in our case as influencers in water aid is also the issue of high-level political support for policy, creating the needed enabling environment, institutional arrangements, ensuring that we have very good partnership with governments so that we have the right policies and strategies in place for accelerated action on water, sanitation and hygiene.
Sudan Kaye, UBC News.
Thank you, Sudat Kaye. Now, the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission has visited Uganda to explore ways of enhancing administrative justice, an area of great significance for both institutions. Now, during their visit, representatives from the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission emphasized the value of learning from Uganda's efforts in administrative justice. The visit was seen as an opportunity to exchange ideas and gain valuable insights that could be applied to improve their respective mandates.
Stated, but there are those complaints which do not make it to the tribunal. Mostly child maintenance, labor disputes, largely those cases are mediated. Child maintenance here, our constitution stipulates, I think is it Article 34, if I'm not mistaken, that bringing up of children is a responsibility for both parents and the state. But now sometimes you have a challenge of parents, especially fathers, who don't want to look after their children. Unfortunately, I don't know how it is in Zimbabwe. So we bring together those warring parties.
Here no one is above the law. We can summon any, and we've done it before. Commission has powers of court, so if you want to not to work on our orders, then we commit you. The commission may, if satisfied that there has been an infringement of the human rights or freedom, may order the release of the detained or restricted persons. In our monitoring of detention centers, if we find that someone has been detained for more than 48 hours, as stipulated by the Constitution, Sometimes, if they are petty cases, we order for their release. Sometimes, if they are grave offenses like treason, robbery, rape, it is sometimes hard for us to order for their release.
Now, Mpigi district has launched the Mpigi-Mudduuma road project valued at 71 billion shillings to improve connectivity with Mityana district. In partnership with Zongmei Engineering Group Limited, the project has been welcomed by residents who have been struggling for long with poor road conditions. Local leaders are focused on ensuring high-quality construction and timely completion, with right-of-way concerns resolved.
Has formed a strategic partnership with Zongmei Engineering Group Limited, a prominent Chinese company, to build the Mpigi-Mudduuma Road, a key connection between Mpigi and Mityana district. The project, worth 71 billion Ugandan shillings, has met with widespread approval from local residents who have long struggled with the road's poor condition.
Our leaders have been promising the other day, we are going to work on it, and the people, I think they will be satisfied when they see the machine is working, because it costs a lot of lives, especially the border guys.
We have welcomed this road. It has been impassable. During rain, you could not move with your cars, but now it is going to ease movement from Masaka Road to Mityana Road.
The State Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Areas, Kabyecho Fatogabye, expressed gratitude to the district leadership for effectively addressing the right-of-way issue. However, he noted that the World Bank-funded project does not include compensation funds, which has posed a challenge.
But allow me to appreciate the leadership of Mpigi, and especially the communities around these 15 kilometers who have accepted to give us land for free. Because this project was designed in such a way that we don't compensate. We only do minimal restoration. But I'm happy on this road, there will be almost zero restoration needed.
Maokota's Member of Parliament, Hilary Chiaga, commended the Chief Administrative Officer for fostering an inclusive approach to the project.
Of course, it comes with the development, but above all, I want to thank the team. At least we have had all the stakeholders' involvement. That's why this project is moving on smoothly. Unlike some other projects where people are just hijacked, minus the district knowing, minus the leaders knowing, at least this one, there have been everybody's engagement and involvement. We assume everything is going to move on smoothly. The timeline is the most...
Teddy Namboze, the woman member of parliament from Mpigi district, emphasized the importance of high-quality construction that will endure over a time. Zongmei Engineering Group will handle the construction for 60 billions. Trial Consultants Limited will provide supervision service for 2.8 billions. And JBN Limited will serve as the environmental consultant, receiving 2.4 billions. Bantu Machabe Semambo and Ivan Joko, UBC News.
Now, the Director General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Olaro, has urged Ugandans to make informed decisions when it comes to their sexual and reproductive health services and products, especially for those who are unable to abstain or use condoms. Dr. Olaro made these remarks during the launch of a new condom brand, Flame, introduced to the market by Maristops Uganda. Now, this initiative aims to protect the lives of Ugandans against HIV, AIDS, STDs, and unwanted pregnancies.
Maristops Uganda, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, has unveiled the Flame condom brand as part of the National Comprehensive Condom Programming Strategy. The strategy seeks to increase the availability and accessibility of condoms through commercial channels. Dr. Charles Olaro, the Director General at the Ministry of Health, emphasized that while condoms are effective in protecting individuals from HIV/AIDS, STDs and unwanted pregnancies, they do not provide protection against Mpox.
As a ministry, we are proud that this product is there. You should be able to have choices, different varieties, but also it falls into one of our key strategies that provides as part of the total market approach. There are those which you provide in government. They should not be that they are of less quality. They are all certified and they can do the same thing. But we are looking at those who cannot come to our facilities. Then there should be outlets where you can be able to access it. As a ministry, we are proud to be associated with Maristops Uganda, and I would really want to confirm that the condom I'm holding in the hand is tested, certified by National Drug Authority.
Dr. Peter Dungu, the country director of Maristops Uganda, acknowledged that the launch of Flame condoms is a significant step towards offering a comprehensive range of sexual and reproductive health care products for both men and women.
This is a mid-tier condom that we are launching today, and it combines aspects of a premium condom, but which will fit your pocket. And we are emphasizing the message of pleasure in our sexual lives because, again, we found from our research that this is what is important to the demographic we serve. So tonight, we are very pleased that this product is in country. The National Drug Authority had to test every batch. They have cleared every batch. Everything you touch there has been through this assessment. And so we know we are putting onto the market a quality product.
Maristops has established itself as the largest family planning organization in the country, making a significant impact by providing sexual and reproductive health services and products. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has embarked on the process of drafting fishing regulations to restore sanity on Ugandan water bodies. Now, the process comes in the wake of increasing cases of illegal fishing activities, including immature fishing and use of illegal fishing materials. State Minister for Fisheries, Helen Adoa, says the regulations seek to operationalize the Fish and Aquaculture Act, which was passed by Parliament and assented to by the President in 2023.
Criminalities like these were common on Uganda's lakes until the Fisheries Protection Unit of the Uganda People's Defense Forces was deployed. Sanity was restored, but reports indicate it is beginning to go down.
The fish was so small and there was almost some places you don't get the fish. Even if you put 10 in the plate, but you cannot really enjoy. But after that, we started seeing the results.
The continued illegal fishing activities have prompted government to swing into action.
So for that reason, we need regulations to say, Lake Victoria is deep. Can we use 28-inch boat? Lake Yoga, can we reduce to 26? Lake Alubat can use this. These control lakes like Lake Edward and George, can we do this?
The new fishing regulations, for whose drafting consultations are being made, seeks to make effective the Fish and Aquaculture Act of 2023.
So the regulations come to enable the definition of the real actions that are going to be implemented when ensuring that the law is being applied.
So we need to reorganize fishery sector, and through these regulations we shall be able to be guided well.
We have a set of regulation that deals specifically with the fish maw. You are aware of the importance of the fish maw. In Uganda we call it a nuni from the Nile patch. So we have a set of regulations that are going to talk about that.
The lake should not be seen like it is government trying to force people to behave well in the
well regulated, the fisheries sector could surpass coffee to become Uganda's leading foreign exchange earner. Henry Okrut, UBC.
His Beatitude Pope and Patriarch of Alexandria and all of Africa, Theodoros II, has advised the public to avoid religious divisions, emphasizing that we all believe in one God, the Creator. The Patriarch also commended President Museveni for welcoming him during his visit to State House in Entebbe upon arrival. This was part of his message while leading the service at St. George and Andrew Church in Rwemiyaga, Zimbabwe, on the first day of his visit to Uganda.
For the first time, all the customary rituals were observed. In his speech, the Pope urged believers from all religious backgrounds to avoid divisions, reminding them that we all pray to one God.
Tuli family y'Abakristo. Αυτό είπε χθες ο πρόεδρος. Ναι, omukulembeze w'eggwanga kye yagambye jjo. Να γίνομαι αδελφοί χριστιανοί. Tufuuke abakristo abooluganda ffenna. Και όταν είσαι αδελφός του Χριστού, γίνεσαι αυτόν που λέει το Ευαγγέλιο η αγάπη. Era bw'obeera ng'oli wa Luganda mu Kristo, ofuuke ekyo Ευαγγέλιο kyegamba omuntu w'okwagala.
He expressed his gratitude to President Museveni for the warm welcome he had received the previous day at State House.
Omukulembeze w'eggwanga yaffe era gwayita mukwano gwe okuba nti yamulinze n'essanyu amwanirize.
Έλα σε περίμενα διότι σε αγαπώ και είσαι ο αδελφός μου.
Era n'amukoola nti nkulinze, mbulinze, nasazizaamu byonna nsobole okusinkana.
Και πίστεψετε μου παιδιά μου, έζησα στιγμές όπως ένας μαθητής ακούει το διδάσκαλό του.
Era ajjukira nti emboozi gye baayogedde naye yalabidde ddala omusajja w'amagezi.
Τι ωραία αυτό που μου είπε, να είμαστε όλοι μακαριότατε.
Kye yamugambye nti sebo y'obeatitude tubeere ffenna abasamaliya abalungi.
After the service, the Pope visited the playground of St. Luke Orthodox Secondary School, where the event was organized. On behalf of the government, the State Minister for General Duties in the Ministry of Health, Anifa Kawoya, commended the Pope's support in various sectors in Uganda, assuring that the contributions were being put to good use.
You mentioned that the women in power, they are the mothers. You saw the younger generations, the small girls. Uganda has invested so much in education and in a girl child.
The Rwemiyaga Member of Parliament, Theodoros Kubo, expressed his appreciation to everyone involved in organizing the Pope's visit.
Archbishop George
The Katikkiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, in a message read by the Mawogola representative in the Buganda Luchiko, highlighted the Orthodox Church's support in all kingdom activities.
Uganda Kingdom and Uganda Orthodox Church have enjoyed a cordial relationship and cooperation at all times.
Some local leaders described the Pope's visit as a blessing, particularly as Uganda approaches its general election. The Pope also offered to establish a hospital and nursing school in Rwemiyaga and pledged to return when they are ready for commissioning.
Myself, I would like to offer to this land a nursing school, a midwifery that will help.
I'm Nafka Farida and Andrew Sebida.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages. Don't move an inch.
Osmosis again. Osmosis try to pay. Money wasn't enough. Eject every pocket. Money wasn't enough. Osi we're sorting it. With the momo we're sorting it. Osmosis checked again. Money still not enough. He looked everywhere. Hey, but what is going on? Osi we're sorting it. With the momo we're sorting it.
When your money is not enough,
We're sorting it with MTN Momo. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# to add call with Momo Advance and pay bills, send money or buy bundles.
Government of Uganda presents Post Buses in Uganda, operated by Posta Uganda. We specialize in professional transport, courier and vehicle hire services across Uganda. Our routes include Kampala Masaka Mbarara Kabale Chisoro, Kampala Mukono Jinja Mbale via Tirinyi Road Soroti Lira, and Kampala Luwero Kamudini Gulu Kitgum. Our main offices are located at the Post Office Head Office on Kampala Road, with booking services available at counters 23 and 24 at the General Post Office. You can also book at designated district post offices along our routes. For inquiries or bookings, please contact us on 0751 684 184. Posta Uganda. We deliver trust.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Nkowe High School na wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN Momo ye wangude school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza owulira otya mutima kati
banange sanyu byennyina lya mwoki wagonya njaganyangu wamali walonze erinyo
eshishi
njani awangula school fees
eza Momo ezo mwaka
mulamba ndi musanyufu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwene yanza ne yanze
wanje
mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala
kubiriza muzadde munnange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165*80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad that you're still with us here in UBC Lunchtime News. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. Now in more news this afternoon, Uganda has inaugurated its first Deep Technology Center of Excellence at the Namamve Industrial Park. The initiative is part of the country's strategy to catalyze innovation in emerging technological fields, giving the country a global competitive edge. Now, according to analysts, integrating deep tech innovation into Uganda's economy could position the country to take a leading role in the fourth industrial revolution.
I have geologists in the ministry, I have metallurgists. There is one called Lubanga Kene. I don't know whether you are working with him. He's a very good metallurgist. We have created mineral beneficiation centers in the regions. How can we share this infrastructure that we have? The beneficiation centers in the east, in the west, to help the artisanal miners, those that have been mining in their own rudimentary way. They need the assistance. How do we use the innovators to help these artisanal miners do the right thing and be more efficient? And so, and therefore, we have to work together. So sharing infrastructure will definitely cut costs, will definitely make us able to be more efficient. Much of a great privilege it has been to me to lead this team. And 4 years ago, all I had was an instruction from His Excellency the President that he wanted a science-led socio-economic transformation, that he wanted increased productivity in the country through science, increased import substitution, and increased export of value-added products. I didn't know which direction it would take, but there is one thing about me, I love challenges.
The Deep Tech Center of Excellence, as you've been hearing, is to capture what is emerging in terms of frontier technology before us today. You've had a lot of showcases in the innovators you've spoken to today. We wanted to kind of illuminate you or elucidate you to the opportunity that we're seeing behind that. Just to touch quickly on this is we're faced with a unique set of opportunities and challenges around what deep technology means. I think for me the first opportunity is just understanding what it is. Not all of us here are fully technical. But that beyond that is you find there's things like just limited access to this kind of infrastructure. I think this is the first of its kind that we're seeing in Uganda, but there's similar attempts around the rest of the world to build world-class facilities like this. You've been given an opportunity to leapfrog them. How do we tap into that?
Now, Budo Junior School, renowned for producing exceptional leaders, has received a paint donation from Plascon Company to help complete its newly built dormitory. Now, the donation, valued at 4 million shillings, will be used to paint the new structure, providing a comfortable and aesthetically pleasing environment for the students. Take a look.
Constructed dormitory aims to address overcrowding in the school's existing accommodation facilities, particularly for the girls. With a growing student population, the additional space is expected to improve living conditions and enhance the overall student experience.
Plascon as a company has donated paint worth 24 million shillings, and this is going to supplement the effort of the parents. The money that was used to build this structure was generated from fees, and once we get partnership from companies like Plascon, it can take us a long way. And once this facility is complete, it is going to improve the livelihood and welfare of our students. And once they sleep in a better place and in a better environment, their learning and progression in class will be inevitable, and it will be good enough. So we want to thank Plascon for the donation, and we want to encourage people to keep supporting the company because it has also come out to support us.
Plascon has demonstrated a strong commitment to supporting local education and community development.
We have been having less space in our dormitories because the school has a population of 1,820 pupils. So because of limited space, especially at the girls' dormitory, the board and the school management committee decided to have a structure of this kind. And once it is complete, we are going to discongest the dormitories, especially the P6 and the P7 dormitories on the girls' side, and they will be coming to occupy this place.
The newly painted dormitory is set to positively impact both the students and the school, fostering a better learning atmosphere.
It's very important for businesses to give back to the community in which they work, they carry on their business. The community is supporting the business. So it is prudent that the business also gives back to the community. It's not just profits, it's also the social obligations.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
All right, and now take a look into what is happening in the international scene. Sudan's rapid support forces have killed over 200 people in the past 3 days, activists reported on Tuesday. Now the attacks come as the paramilitary group delays signing a political charter that could facilitate the formulation of a breakaway government after nearly 2 years of conflict between the Sudan's Rapid Support Forces and Sudan's army. The Sudan's Rapid Support Forces maintain control over much of Western Sudan and parts of the capital Khartoum. However, it has been losing ground to the army in central Sudan.
Control of the oil. Aisha Ibrahim Ismail is thankful to God for the army's great victory.
We thank Allah that today we are celebrating victory of the entrance of the military and the good victories at Jali. We trust the Sudan armed forces from a long time ago that they are capable of victories. They are the ones who defeated Rapid Support Forces and the militias. We are told the army has crushed them. We ask the Almighty God to protect the Sudanese citizens wherever they are.
The fighting from Bahri to the General Command headquarters was controlled by the RSF, then taken back by the Army. But the presidential palace to the west remains in control by the Royal Support Forces. The people of North Bahri suffered from the fighting as the RSF looted.
Wives and the elderly and the sick have all moved out of this area. Thanks to God, we are now happy, and especially Kabashi victory. We thank the Sudanese armed forces for this great victory, which has come at the right time.
As the war goes on and international mediation efforts are not working, the Army will continue fighting and trying to regain captured areas from the Rapid Support Forces. The RSF denies reports about the withdrawal of its forces from the areas they say they've taken.
Our armed forces have defeated all the evil forces against the nation. This juncture also marks the coming back of Sudanese from their places of displacement and countries of refuge back to Sudan by God's mercy.
Now, as Russia's war on Ukraine enters its fourth year, European leaders warn that the outcome of the ongoing peace talks between Moscow and Washington will have far-reaching consequences for the entire continent. However, European leaders and Ukraine itself fear they are being sidelined in shaping their own future.
Russia's forces edge forward.
Every day it pushes back the Ukrainian front line somewhere by a kilometre or so. My judgment is that it could continue to do that over the rest of this year.
But behind the scenes, the geopolitical forces that are shaping the conflict appear to be changing fast. Russia and the United States began peace talks this week in Saudi Arabia. Ukraine and Europe have not been invited.
There will be some very significant alarm in European capitals about what might be discussed with regards to the security of their continent, their home region. One sort of potentially really bad outcome for European capitals is to discover that the Americans have basically put them on the hook for attempting to do some sort of peacekeeping mission in Ukraine or whatever, without their say-so.
Britain and France have already said they may be willing to contribute a peacekeeping force in Ukraine. It's estimated that would require at least 100,000 troops. There are deep concerns over the potential risks.
The US seemed to have taken away Article 5, NATO's Article 5 protection for any troops that would be put in Ukraine. That means that they would not be protected, so that deterrent effect is gone. So it is quite likely that Russia may well break the terms of any ceasefire or peace agreement that may come, which would then, and then the question is, okay, so what do the Europeans then do in response?
And Washington is demanding NATO allies increase their defence spending.
Where that money is going to come from is a key question. The European Commission seems open to allowing some flexibility to their fiscal rules, but all of that still takes time, so it's still going to be really difficult.
Hard decisions with profound implications for Europe, says British Defence Secretary John Healey.
The decisions that we make right now over the coming weeks will not only define the outcome of the conflict in Ukraine, but the security of our world for a generation to come.
Many in the region fear those decisions are being made by others, and Europe isn't in the room. Henry Ridgewell, VOA News.
And with that, UBC Lunchtime News has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon. To enjoy much more of UBC Television's broadcasting, I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. Good afternoon.